And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. English cast here on VicaraGaming for Dota 2 France. Britain team taking on Team Exception. We've just seen Team Exception take the first game of this two-game home and away series here in the Dota2.fr League Season 5 Division 1. My name's JT here for VicaraGaming, and joining me is KungFuSoySauce. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me back again, JT.
Oh, it's always good. It's always good. With a name like KungFuSoySauce, you make me very hungry though. Like, why do you have to mention food? I'm on a diet right now. It's not nice.
Well, I didn't know, but I'll see what I can do.
Call yourself Kung Fu no fat soy sauce. I don't know. Anyway, we're here to talk about Dota, not food. French Dota at that. Team Exception taking on Britain. And the first game, it was a very push-oriented affair, wasn't it? Both teams having lineups that were very suited to.
Yes, it was, but there was also a lot of pickoffs being done, especially from Team Britain early on in the game. But the thing is, they let that Tinker have a bit too much space, and in return, when they came back for the other, for the Lycan, there was more space given to the Lycan after they tried to kill the Tinker because the Tinker was overexerting himself by teleporting a bit too aggressively.
I mean,
but
who do you think were your standout performances? Who were the players that really surprised you the most?
Honestly, there wasn't any, like, I don't want to take any credit away from it, but a lot of it was just teamwork and working together. The big factor, I believe, was during the draft when I mentioned that Viper did not build enough damage output because he had Aghanims, he had Mech, and you know what his the next item he created was?
10 seconds to go.
It was a Scythe of Ice. It was on the Viper. It was a Scythe of Ice. And where the hell's the damage coming from that team?
Yeah, absolutely no. Their only real source of damage, maybe the Nature's Prophet, and he's not the most potent, right? Not as potent as a Viper.
He was the most potent at the time because he had a Desolator. And if that Scythe of Ice was even an MKB or something, it would have worked really well because the thing is, Viper, like, if you're not going to scale him through raw damage, he's going to have to scale through attack speed to proc the Nether Toxin percentages, and that's not how you want to build Viper. I mean, like, sure, you can get those defensive items and the Scepter for utility, but, like, there wasn't enough output coming from his team. Like, I think they wanted the Nature's Prophet to be a semi-carry, which he was, but it just wasn't enough.
Now, something interesting has happened here in the draft for this game too. Team Exception have not banned any heroes in the phase. Now, I had a look in the chat. It looked like the team captain for Team Exception was eating a pizza. No, he was coming, and they don't want to remake. They were asked if they want to remake, but no, they've said no to that. So Team Exception not banning any heroes, leaving the hero pool nice and wide open. We haven't seen that for a while, have we?
No, we have not, but that is quite interesting. The last time I've seen it was when Team DK did it. I forgot what tournament it was. It was when they had the first two phases of no picking, and it was just confusing as hell.
It's the sort of thing that you do to really throw an enemy team off as well. But do you think it can look a little bit disrespectful in sometimes, or aspects?
5 seconds.
I wouldn't say it's disrespectful, because if your strategy solely relies on one or two heroes that are commonly picked and or banned, like, look at it right now. Ancient Apparition is in the pool, and that's their first pick, right? I don't know if they planned it or not. Like, I don't know if this pizza stuff is shenanigans or they're just covered, like...
Nope, they're doing it again. They're choosing not to ban. They've given up a
to each
third
their
ban.
own.
This is...
Okay, so it's intentional. Like, you keep heroes in the pool. I mean, like, Ember Spirit's still in the pool. Centaur is in the pool. Like, all these heroes are in the pool. Like, it's not disrespectful if you have a strategy that you really badly want to execute, but it's so reliant on the bans that if you're like, let's say they did ban out let's say if they didn't ban the Ancient Apparition, let's say they went for the Invoker ban, or the Lycan ban, or the Ember Spirit ban, the Ancient Apparition would have been for sure banned.
Yeah, definitely.
Because between four bands,
this is... I like it, I like it. I've not casted a game where a team has completely forfeited their bans before. But it's great, it really is opening up the hero pool. Like you say, the Ember Spirit's still there. All we've seen taken out are the Lycan, the Invoker, and the Venomancer. There's still so many heroes that are commonly picked and banned are still in the pool. really interesting to see. Now, Team Exception, they've picked up an Ancient Apparition and a Weaver. Not really saying a lot about what their strategy can be. Both of them are still rather flexible. What's Ancient Apparition, he can go in an aggressive or a defensive tri-lane. He's usually a tri-lane. Exception basically saying, we're going for a tri-lane.
They either need CC or just raw right-click or attack speed that comes from the Chilling Touch bonus. Like the Weaver, the Geminate attack, the Chilling Touch Geminate attack has been a little bit weaker since that I believe the Geminate attack actually procs the extra cooldown for the Chilling Touch, because before the one double hit would count as only one Chilling Touch proc in terms of using up the charge.
Yeah.
So you would get it was bonus damage. It's so efficient.
That was pretty overpowered. That really. Dazzle, Centaur, Warren are just two really strong picks for BriT team. You'll probably see that Centaur play. Now they played the Dazzle last game, didn't they? They had few playing the Dazzle. He got caught out of position.
Well, given the lineup and how their team is set up, like you have a Furion teleporting everywhere, who are you going to latch onto half the time? You can only stick with the Rubik for so long together before you guys both become food together, and the Storm Spirit's moving a lot. And lastly, oh my god, my memory fades me. The Viper, you can only stay with the Viper for so long either, right? Because like if you're with the Viper, they're going to target you. And they had a Nyx Assassin on the other team. There was a Lycan. And there's a Tinker porting, so like their deaths towards the later on in the game, it's not like their positioning was so bad. It's just that, okay, sure, it was a little bit bad because they were out of position, but the thing was that the other heroes were just so powerful that it was just they're gonna die.
Right, put yourself in the captain's chair, KungFuSoySauce. You're in the captain's chair for BriT team. What are your picks? What are you thinking, picking or banning coming up?
I am not quite sure because I'm not too familiar with the 8.1 patch, and I don't want to say anything too much about it either because there's just so much opportunity. But I don't know, maybe a Tidehunter. I don't know, casually. I don't know. Don't take me what I'm saying seriously if anyone's actually listening from the captain's draft somehow.
Well, they've picked up a Bane as their second. Obviously, their next pick's probably going to be a mid, very strong mid, and like we mentioned, with the bans being four extra heroes now in the pool, they're normally be, that hero pool mid lane is massively wide open. And Team Exception, are they going to forfeit their final ban? I really don't think that's why. They need to take out something that they wouldn't did here.
Lifestealer, that's pretty interesting.
And that is interesting.
Usually you don't. Usually the Bane's taken in its response to a Lifestealer. This Lifestealer is picked after the Bane, so I'm not going to say it's I'm going to say it's questionable, but they probably have an idea. I mean, they do have a Wraith King.
Yeah, that's quite a greedy. Is that going to be a support Wraith King maybe? Because Weaver or Lifestealer can't really go support. Weaver could go mid. Could be seeing a mid Weaver, in which case having the Wraith King on Lifestealer on the other is possible. But either way, that's still a very greedy tri-core lineup if they decide to farm the Wraith King. So are we more than likely going to see a support Wraith King come out of this?
Maybe a jungle, who knows. This Ember's still in the pool if either team wants to pick him up, even though he has received his nerfs.
But then again, if Ember's still in the pool, having a look, because there's been so few bans, there's probably some common counters to Ember. I'm not entirely sure what the common counters to Ember are. Viper's banned. Because the magic damage from his corrosive touch and poison, it chews through his magic shield. Oh, look at that! I don't like that. I'm a Meepo player.
Okay. I think that's a BM ban. That's a BM ban. I'm gonna be honest. Like unless BriT on team is like, no offense to them, like if maybe they are amazing Meepo players, but I think that's just BM, guys.
Bad man. Ban out the Meepo last. You just let the last ban slide. Ooh. Then again, you never know. We don't know too much about these players, so they could be huge players. We could have No Tail on this guys in BriT team, and he's just waiting for that opportunity. So we never know. But
do we have rules against that? I don't know if we have rules against that.
No, there's no rules against it. Purely because it's pretty much all game. It's just it's just bad manners. I think. No Druid's going to be picked from BriT team. So possibly a mid lone druid. I'm not sure. Maybe a mid gyrocopter, even be a mid centaur. More than likely going to see the dazzle bait. Be interested to see who they put mid, and will it be against the Weaver? No reserve time or team exception. Next pick's going to be coming out quite fast.
I have no. Well, this is some questionable laning,
10
but
seconds
yeah.
to go.
I don't know.
Both teams completely blowing the meta
5
out of the water here. You know,
seconds.
they're going to go with the Timbersaw, so that's
Oh, is that?
more than
Please,
likely.
please tell me that's mid. Please tell me that's mid.
It looks actually no. Kirko is the mid player. Kirko was the one. No, Kirko's not. Azor, Yay. There's going to be a support Wraith King. Dorkio played the Tinker last game, so it could be a mid life stealer. That could be possible.
Well,
on the off
the
lane.
great part about the Lifestealer is that he's pretty good against their two potential heroes in the off lane. Well, they could run an aggressive tri lane, but Centaur and Lone Druid, that bear, oh my goodness, so much HP lifesteal.
Really is quite a lot. So we are here into game 2 after an interesting draft phase. Team Exception essentially forfeiting all of their bans apart from the final one where they took out Meepo. Maybe a little bit of a show of disrespect. I'm sure people on Reddit will have their opinions on that one. On the Radiant side, we have Team Exception. They took the last game in quite convincing fashion. Weaver, played by Tib. Aza is going to be taking that Ancient Apparition. And Kirko. Wraith King in aggressive tri-lane, it seems. Timbersaw, played by H. Hustle, that's going to be solo safe lane, leaving Lifestealer go mid. Lifestealer mid. Who got on the Dire side?
30
BriT.
seconds.
On team, we have Puf. I know what happened. We might have an engagement here. But let's see. KungFuSoySauce on the Dazzle. We have. There's my chance. Blue 3 Dark sitting on the Bane. We have 7 last game's Viper sitting on the Gyrocopter. Let's hope he gets damage this time. And Kazo, mid Lone Druid with Centaur, PH Alex going up against that Timbersaw. As a avid Timbersaw player, I don't like going mid with him, but it's fun to watch him go mid because there's not many trees to play with.
We're going to have another aggressive tri-lane versus defensive tri-lane. Tri-lane on tri-lane action once more in the DotA2.fr League. My name's JT, joining me is KungFuSoySauce. We are here with VicaraGaming, and we're going to take this opportunity during the pause just to hype the upcoming VicaraGaming Open tournament coming up. You'll be able to buy the ticket for that on the Dota 2 store, featuring teams such as Monomaniacs, Four Friends and Krilly, and MYM Insanity. So make sure you stay tuned here on VicaraGaming for that. But in the meantime, we're going to be bringing you as much of the action as we can in English for the Dota 2 French League. We've got 2 Division 1 teams here. BriT, Team Britain, team, taking on Team Exception. And last game, it was very back and forth affair, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes it was. It was, as I like to call it, a game of throws or a game of catch. Both teams playing catch, tossing balls at each other, but each team catching, but just returning the ball back to the other team. Oh my goodness! Like your heart, just my heart can't take it when they do it a bit too excessively. But on another note, about the Vicara Invitational, we do have the Vicara Open, which is going on around now. Tickets are on sale for that. It's $1 to pretty much watch a bunch of amateur teams play, mostly European, but they're all competing for a spot to play in the Invitational that will be coming up soon. You can visit our website for details, VicaraGaming.com. I still think I don't know the URL.
VicaraGaming.com. You can also check our Twitter
at VicaraGaming.
At VicaraGaming. I believe we're also on Facebook as well. All up in the social media, like we should be. Nice little extended pause here, Kirko on the Wraith King. I think it seems to be having TeamSpeak issues. Team speaking English. Yeah, I believe that's just nice. How nice of them.
Interesting. Well, let's take a look at the items.
Yeah, have a look at starting items. So we've got this mid-life stealer he's picked up. He's been pulled a Tango, lots of regen, and a stout shield, pretty standard. It's going to be life stealer versus lone druid mid. You don't see that often. Kazoo, he's gone for that Orb of Venom first. I like that pick when you're going mid, when you think you're going to be getting a lot of harass off.
I feel that the Lifestealer didn't need the regen, but he just picked it up for emergencies because he doesn't know who he probably is expecting a gyrocopter middle, and I don't blame him. But looking at the BriT team's tri-lane, once again, it's defensive with the Dazzle, and they have the benefit of having Bane as well. That sleep is going to be pretty handy to bail people out. And they don't even have to waste a grave, they just sleep. And that's great for them. We see the Wraith King pick up the illusion.
AFK. I don't know, my French ain't so good.
Yeah, he pretty much says, oh my fucking god, I'm AFK, and then the unpause. I know a bit of French, I'm Canadian.
Oh, I forget, you've got both languages up there. Ah, you're well equipped for this. Looks like we're going to have some early aggression here from Kirko. He's got the illusion rune. Out comes the Wraithfire Blast onto 7.
Body block. Body block.
Chilling Touch is out there. Is it going to be enough damage? The sleep is out there on Azor. I think that one hit. No, it doesn't get off onto 7. They almost got that kill.
Doesn't have Geminate. The Tib doesn't have Geminate, so it wasn't going to proc the second time.
Looks like he went for a little bit more of a defensive option given against the tri-lane. Went with the Shikuchi. I mean, it did a bit of damage against 7. The Chilling Touch was a little late. I would have liked to have seen Azor get the Chilling Touch either just as the Wraith King was hitting the Wraithfire Blast out. Then Tib would have got more Chilling Touch attacks out onto 7. Probably killed him.
Do you know if he skilled Sakuchi in the one of these walking from the fountain, or if he just kind of like did it on the spot? Because personally, at level 1, I don't like putting anything into my skills until I immediately need to use it.
I'm not sure. It looked like he had Shikuchi well before, like he hit it well before the Wraithfire Blast went off, just to get into right up in 7's grill, as it were. So well, he could have skilled it in preemptive, just preempting the aggressive, preempting the tri-lane versus tri-lane situation. He might not have. Have a look how things are going mid. That bear is already very low on health. Lorkyo he's leveled up rather fast, and he's got that point in Feast, and that does so much against the bear. I mean, he's taken quite a bit of harass himself, but he can very easily heal it back up. Just by
the problem, there's only one problem. Like, it's benefit that he has a lot of regen, but once the bear's at low HP, he's not stealing any health back. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing.
Let's have a look how the off lane's going. PH Alex Centaur. He's getting a few last hits in against the Timbersaw. Timbersaur's 1 point in the reactive armor. I think that's all he's going to need against the set, really.
No, he might need more. He might need more, depends on how they play. Because the thing is, Centaur, all his damage is magic damage, and that goes through any type of armor, so he can just nuke him down, essentially. It's 400 damage at level 7, and Timbersaw, like, they can both nuke the shit out, well, pardon my tongue, but they can both nuke each other to death once they hit the levels, but the question is, who is going to live first? Who's, like, essentially, who gets the initial burst is going to win it.
Yeah. No kills going just yet. We had that a near miss on 7 earlier. As we see a pause from Kirko. Is it a tactical pause? He's picked himself up a haste. Timberlag, sorry, go. Quick pause. And we're right back into the game. CS looks to be on the side of Team Exception at the moment, but only by a little bit. It's only 3 minutes in the game.
Oh, no wards. No wards to spot that Wraith King. This could be big.
Yeah, he has a haste. Rolling, gets the Wraithfire Blast out onto Kazoo. There is the Rage from Lorkyo as well. The open wounds onto the Lone Druid too. Is he going to take him down? Lorkyo, he looked like he stutter stepped there. First blood going out actually onto Kirko. He gets hit by the tower. We're going to be following Lorkyo chasing here. Weaver takes down the gyrocopter in the meantime. We've got action all over the map. Lorkyo is going to manage to get away. Did you manage to see what happened top lane? Looks like they just get the kill onto the Dazzle as well. So even though the Wraith King isn't there, that TP, or that rotation from Zoodark, opens up the gyrocopter, opens up the Dazzle to that onslaught from the Weaver and the Ancient Apparition. Now the aggressive tri-lane really is working in the favour of Team Exception, taking 2 kills for them. Obviously they gave up that support Wraith King in the time trying to get the Lone Druid. Overall still a half decent trade for them. Tib needs to be careful, he keeps right next to well-placed sentry wall. Get
Oh.
out if he keeps doing that.
Analyzing the cooldowns, Gyrocopter probably fell to a Cold Feet because just as they finished killing the Dazzle, Cold Feet was off cooldown, and Cold Feet's 15 seconds. So that's probably how they got the Gyro. They latched him.
Like what Kazoo's doing here. Realise he's having a little bit of a tough time in lane. The creeps aren't actually in equilibrium at the moment, so he just heads into the jungle.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
It's nice little farm optimization. And H-Hustle, once again, he doesn't like being on his own tower's side, it seems. Like, all of last game he spent creep cutting around sort of the tier 1 here on the axe, in between the tier 1 and the tier 2. And now we see him once again right next to the enemy tower. Meanwhile, engagement top lane here. Stampede comes out from the Centaur. Lets 7 get the kill onto the Wraith King. Out comes another rocket barrage. I don't think they're going to manage to get Azor. And Tib manages to shoot you out. So that brings the score even. Nice kill there. And a nice call for the Stampede. Nice little bit of help coming from the Centaur.
I think that was oversight or undersight from Exception. They didn't expect the Centaur to be 6 already, and they didn't know. But I want to do note about how when you mentioned H-Hustle being on the aggressive side, like, the best way to learn to play the game is to just play as aggressive as you can as possible.
Yeah.
As much as possible, and then like if you like die and stuff, you just tone down your aggression a little bit until you can get away with what you did, and that's the best way to learn to, like, after you get all the mechanics and basics. That's how I would do that.
Great way to learn how much you can actually get away with. Because a lot of Dota is how cheeky can you be, you know, how far can you really dive to get that kill. Wraith Fire Blast comes out, chilling touch onto all 3. So much damage coming out onto 7, but he gets graved by FuFu. FuFu obviously very adept at that Dazzle Clutch grave. But the amount of damage that came out there all of a sudden. Tib and Azor.
That's the power of Chilling Touch.
So strong, an extra 60 damage. A Weaver can swing for easily about 250, and that's 6 minutes in. That's a lot. Getting harassed out of lane a little bit. Full health bear going on him, and it's a high level bear as well. Lone Druid is level 7. So the chance of the entangle is there. Lifestealer can rage out of the entangle, I believe. He can save himself if he gets first hit bashed, but we've got a smoke rotation. Azor and Kirko are looking to wrap around, but unlucky for them, Kazoo has taken the opportunity to get really, really far back. I don't know if he saw them maybe smoking up, maybe he saw the rotation because of this observer ward here, but he suddenly played very defensively. He's bear formed up. A lot of patience from Kirko and Azor now. They're gonna fold.
They know.
Back,
they have to know, because Tib is just alone. Like even if they didn't see him, it's just the fact that Tib's alone. It's just like, oh, come on, there's no way. And they can see AA rotating back. You're gonna shortly. You're gonna see the bear just go straight back into the lane.
Yeah. So nicely played from Kazoo. Good map awareness from him. And this ward here, fantastic against that aggressive tri-lane. Spots so much of the jungle shenanigans that aggressive tri-lane tries to get away with. Really is nice. And like I said, because straight in lane, bash onto Lokio. That bear with so much HP and the bear form, Lokio can just take a couple of hits and he's suddenly back to full health, and can't really be brought down by the bear on himself. Things coming out.
The thing about that ward, was that Exception, they were constantly de-warding it early on, but like they just waited. They're just patient. BriT on team just put it back up later on. And the thing about the BriT on there's initiation middle.
Mid lane, Lokio's trying to go onto open wound, but it's about to fall off. I don't think Lokio can catch up with him. He's got the phase boots active. He does have an infest. The TP support is coming in from the Bane. Gets the brain sap off. Lokio is taking a lot of damage, needs to be careful, but I think he's just about able to get away. So no kill going on there, and this leaves 7 a little bit open. He's only got the Dazzle for support. There is the Shadow Wave, and Tib is going onto the Dazzle. Nicely split him. Time lapse away from Tib. Just at the right time. FuFu's low on health, so is 7. 7 gets taken down by Kirko on the Wraith King, and Tib is going hunting, and he's found his Dazzle. That's a double kill going there.
Kane's coming.
Bane's
Meanwhile,
coming in, but is it too little too late? Kirko's taking a lot of damage. Does not have reincarnate up, but he's going to be able to get away. And Bane TP away.
But just continue doing
Opened up
whatever it was you
7.
were doing.
A world of hurt from that Dazzle Weaver and the Wraith King once again. And Tib played it very nicely. He knew that the Grave was going to come out on 7. Just as that Grave was being cast, it's like, right, I'm going to get a Geminate attack on Dazzle and really ramp that pressure up. Make that Dazzle have to run away and stop supporting his Gyrocopter. They ended up with the kill from it. Very well. Like, Alex headed back into lane. Got his Tranquil Boots and a Cloak up. Meanwhile, Timbersaw, he's doing very well on farm, his H-Hustle. He's got 61 last hits to his name. Those 2 points in reactive armor really doing him well. Pink top. He's getting close to his Bloodstone. Scarily close, and it's 10 minutes in. Got the Arcane Boots and Perseverance up already. He's about 2k away from it, 1.4 even.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Vicara Kira for helping us out. He's just changed the name of the stream.
Awesome.
Making sure it fits, and he wants me to give a shout out to you and say he loves your voice.
Thank you very much. Yes, I mean, to those who are regulars with VicaraGaming, you might not have met me before. My name is JT. I've recently been brought on board as a caster, and I am really excited for stuff that we're getting going here. VicaraGaming, including the Open and the Invitational, which comes soon. But at the moment, we're focused on French Dota, and this match between Team Exception and Britain. KungFu, he's looping around, gets caught out with the Wraithfire Blast. There is the Chilling Touch. KungFu, the Stampede is there, and the Shallow Grave. In comes PH Alex, gets a 2-man stomp off, manages to take down Azor. That's a huge amount of burst there. 7. Oh, that's a really bad nightmare there from Blue Dark. I think Tib would have died to the Rocket Barrage, and H. Hustle rolls in, gets himself a double kill, takes out Centaur and the Gyrocopter. And Tib manages to get the Bane as well. Bit of a misplaced nightmare onto there, I think the weak. And he's really heavily diving this onto KungFu. He gets a double kill himself. Really low on health though. H. Hustle goes there just to stop the creeps from killing him.
I just want to note his excellent work in tread switching on the Weaver. He's been swapping between the stat attributes. And I also want to mention that it was a beautiful initiation / bait coming from the Centaur and Fui, but even better counter initiation coming from the Timbersaw coming back, like pouring in to rescue.
Excellent.
That was just beautiful.
Just a great team fight. Definitely went in favour of the EX though. They just have so much more damage at the moment with that Weaver, with the Geminate attack and the with the Timbersaw, who is in such a strong position. He's got that point boost. I think all he needs is the Vitality boost, and that's a Bloodstone for him. That's ridiculously fast, and I don't think they're going to be able to deal with that very well. Lorkio did the cute Lifestealer thing, pop Rage, get the Nightmare off, nice and easy.
It probably wasn't needed though, to be honest.
No, it wasn't, but they're looking to go onto Blue Dark there. Self-nightmares. Lorkio looks to turn around H. Hustle. He's infested inside the Timbersaw. H. Hustle get away now.
And that's why
he looks to go back in. Goes for the re-attack. Infests out. Kazoo is taking a lot of damage. He gets Grave though. Let's see if they can take him down. Really nice entangle from the bear. Lorkio manages to enrage himself out of this.
Stampede on cooldown.
Yeah, Stampede's on cooldown. Seconds on. Wraithfire Blast comes out. Just deter the Centaur away. No kills going there. Lone Druid very, very close. In your face play here. EX definitely have the upper hand now. 5 kills. Looking to get something happen. Maybe. No.
I just want to mention that that's why you don't do that cute stuff like that Rage Nightmare thing. Like, the Rage was off cooldown.
And I've just managed to catch the end of that. Sorry to interrupt you there, but Weaver got Fiend's Grip. Power of the Fiend's Grip. Even a Weaver can't get himself out of that. Fiend's Grip into the Rocket Barrage. That Weaver was dead little. And that's a nice little revenge kill. I think it was 656 gold. It went to the Bane though. The 7 only got the assist gold from that. But that Bane suddenly gets himself 600 gold. He's going to be pretty close to his mana boots soon now. That's really, really good for him. Gives him so much more ability in these team fights now that he has such a large mana pool. Be nice to see. So what were you saying before the Weaver died there?
Like essentially when the rage was on cooldown when when the lifestealer when they went down that initiation behind that tower, and when they were wailing down, they
Ooh.
just on the bear.
Do needs to be careful here because the AA ulti was up on the bear. Lokio tried to see if he could get it. I think that bear was very close to dying. Like a couple more good hits from the lifestealer and he would have shattered. But it looks like Tib and Kirko, they're looking to take down this tier 1 tower. It could be the first tower of the game. There's no defense here side of Team Britain.
Dire's top tower is under
Team
siege.
Briton. They Team Britain. That's my team.
Dire's top
Bloodstone
tower is being
finally finished on
destroyed.
the Timber Saw, but the thing is, when they were diving behind the tower on the LD and the Bane nightmared himself, and like 3-second cooldown on Rage at that moment.
HSL going in, melts the Dazzle. That means no Grave is up and Lorkio's chasing 7. But there's the Fiend's Grip onto the Rage Lifestealer. AA ult comes in, Lorkio is very low. PH Alex gets in there with the attack. And HSL, he has very little mana. He's regenerating with the Bloodstone. Just manages to escape up there. And is he going to take down the Courier? No, they micro the Courier away. Excellent escape there from H Hustle. That Bloodstone mana regen really saved his bacon there. And Kirko, he's getting attacked down by the bear. Azor gets in the way though. And Kazoo needs to be careful, he's very low on health, but he Dazzle, quite fortuitous. And 7 is there to clean up as well. Takes down the AA. Reincarnation popped onto Kirko. Can they turn this around? No, Tib is in there. And it looks like they're going to try and take out the Gyrocopter. The Shallow Grave is there. He gets the Rocket Barrage kill onto the Wraith King as well. But Tib is chasing him down. Time Lapse is out as well. There is no Fiend's Grip there. Tib is going to be able to TP away. Let's see if he gets Nightmare out of it. No, he doesn't. BriT doesn't get the vision on him. A back and forth exchange there. Let's just have a look what happened. Gyrocopter got himself 2 kills, but then Weaver Gyrocopter down by kiting until that challenge ended. AA and Wraith King died. Wraith King died twice, of course. On 11 kills to 7. Still slightly in favour of EX. They're going to take a mid tower as well. And I think the XP and gold graphs, yeah, they're going to reflect that. It's about a 3k XP lead for EX and 7.5k gold earned lead for Team Exception as well. All firmly in there.
About 2k of that gold is just tower gold though.
Yeah, yeah. But it looks like they're looking to take another tower. I mean, EH Alex is kind of in position to mount a little bit of a counter push, but Centaur's not the best pusher. He can't take towers down. And H Hustle is able to just stand. They're all able to just stand behind enemy lines. They've got a ton of life steal, a ton of longevity to them, and they take another tower. And they're in danger of snowballing a little bit out of control. Team Britain really do have to essentially try and take this game back into their control, otherwise they're going to lose.
Ooh, excellent Blink Dagger usage. He just purchased Blink Dagger and made use of it.
PH Alex needs to be careful. He gets chased down by the Life Stealer. He gets sort of a desperation stomp off. AA ulti completely whiffs. And we've got a counter attack coming in here. 7 and Blue Dark is the Fiend's Grip up. The Fiend's Grip is up. 7 taking a lot of damage. He is grave though, and the Fiend's Grip is up on H Hustle. Lifesteal manages to take down the Bane. He gets a double kill, takes down Gyrocopter his way. Triple kill for him. The Lifestealer going absolute ham. He dies. H Hustle gets a mega kill though. It is a 4 for 2 trade in favour of Exception. And they didn't even have everyone there. Tib was there in against Kazoo. And Azor and H Hustle. They come out the victors of that 4 against 4 team fight. Excellent play from Lifestealer. Popped the rage just at the right time. Pretty much everything they tried to hit into him didn't hit. Fiend's Grip went out onto H Hustle, but they were just taking so much damage from everything else. And that's a tower down as well.
Just want to mention that Centaur was really patient with his blink, and even when he blinked in, he was very patient with his stomp. He didn't stomp right away. Like, I just want to mention that he was actually doing some pretty good work there. And another note that when you were talking about Centaur about towers, I do agree that he's not really a tower pusher, but his passive, when he has enough HP or regen, it actually breaks down towers pretty quickly since his magic damage is return, and it returns a static number plus percentage based off of strength.
I didn't know it returned damage to towers. I'm just looking at the advanced tool now, and it says deals damage to towers. You could theoretically get yourself a couple of hearts and stand next to a tower and destroy it without even touching it.
Yeah, you know what you would do back in the day? Back in the day, you didn't do percentage of strength. It gave a static at max level. Oh, sorry, initiation bottom.
Yep, initiation, two-man stomp from Alex, but I think Kirko managed to get away from it. There is the Stampede, AA ulti. Lokio has been Fiend's Grip, but Blue Dark, he's just stood there channeling. He gets the Brain Slap off. Another fantastic stomp onto Tib, but I think Few is going to die. And Blue Dark, what are you doing going back in there? I think that must have been a misclick because he had no business rolling in there. He gives up the kill on the Bane. Gyrocopter dies to Tib as well. There's a Lincoln Spear on the Weaver, and that did not go well for BriT. They were 3 against 4 there for that entire fight. And Team Exception, they managed to take 3 of them without even taking a single death themselves.
They're still diving.
They're still diving. They're going into the fountain. H Hustle picks up his Shivas from the fountain. Shivas and Bloodstone, 20 minutes in. That Timbersaw is doing work. 5-0 and 5. H Hustle on the Timbersaw.
They still have Blink Stomp right now.
Onto the bear. That bear is very, very low.
It's a 4-man stomp. 5-man stomp.
There's a dead bear. Oh.
That was a 5-man stomp. And they couldn't capitalize on it.
7's dying to Tib and H Hustle. Timbersaw just too strong at the moment, and they've got them pinned into the fountain. It's 20 minutes in, and Team Exception, there's the GG called by Team Britain. And nowhere near as long a game last game. Team Exception, they forfeited all of their bans. They kept the hero pool really wide open, and then they just constantly piled on so much pressure on Britain. Fantastic play from the and especially H Hustle Timbersaw. And that's led to Team Exception taking a 2-0 in this series against Team Britain. What a game.
Yep, as I was mentioning, what you used to do with Centaur was that when it gave a static 50 damage return, you would just stack Helms of Iron Wills. That gives you 5 armor plus, I think, about 3 regen per second. You get like 3 of them, and you take no damage from towers, or close to no damage because of the armor stacking, which would be up to like 70-ish percentage maybe, or at least like 50%, and then you would just regen it all, and you just do 50 damage per hit tower on you.
And having a look at the stats there, Tib on the Weaver 8-1 and 5, H Hustle 6-0 and 5. That was a 20-minute G. That was a very, very quick game, and it looked like throughout all of that, Team Britain were just, they weren't in it at all. They got absolutely hammered there, and rightly so. Fantastic, especially from the midlife stealer with a Midas as well. Nice decent GPM for him. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I've been JT. Joining me has been KungFu here for VicaraGaming. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitch TV because we'll be casting more French Dota 2 from DotA2.fr, as well as our own tournaments, the VicaraGaming Open and the VicaraGaming Invitational as well. Both of those will also be available in client. Make sure to check out the ticket offers for those in the Dota 2 store. I believe the VicaraGaming Open's currently in there, and it's $1, did you say?
It's 99 cents, and it's every Tuesday, and I believe Saturday we have regular scheduled games.
Excellent. Well, make sure to check that out on the store. Once again, you're tuned in here with VicaraGaming. Have a good evening. Thanks very much for tuning in.
Good night, everybody.